Hello, and welcome along to the stream tonight. I hope that anyone out there in the chat room is doing well. In terms of what I've been doing this week, it's been a busy old week at work, so I haven't really been up to much outside of work. Hello, Maurice, and hello, Nils, in the chat room. Yeah, it is a Mr. Microsoft day today. I have got the chocolate t-shirt on, so supporting both camps today. So good to hear that you're doing well. Yeah, I haven't really been up to much. We had some really good weather over the weekend, so we were outside for the majority of Saturday, and then Sunday was tidying the house day. Quite a busy day tidying the house, to be honest. Oh wow, my screen is just locked to the point that I can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to log back in again. I don't even know if you can still hear me. I don't know if I went away there, but my Mac just locked. I have no idea why. I had to sign into my Mac again to get it open. That's very strange. What was the saying? Yeah, so Sunday was a non-busy day. It was all about getting the house in order, and then back to work on Monday. So that was that. So the aim of tonight's stream, it's sort of been inspired by Augusto here, who's been raising some issues on some of my Cake Addins, and there's a gentle prod last week, I think, to get through some of them. So that's the intention, is to start doing some housekeeping of some of those add-ins. The main one being around updating to use the new icon that exists for the NuGet packages, as well as updating the new spec information to include the tags if it doesn't already. So an example of this is the suggestion here is that the Cake.Gitter NuGet package be updated to use the icon that has been updated. So if we look at those, if we look in here and we look at probably the PNGs, then for an add-in, which is for the Cake.Gitter one, we would pick from one of these, and then it's either that one. That's not going to work on this machine. I think one of them has the word add-in in it as well, and then a smaller one with or without the text, and then a small one with or without the text. The first question, Nils, is, well, which one should I use, or which one have you settled on for your add-ins? Because I was going to get this updated for the Cake.Gitter plugin for add-in and get that shipped. And in the background, I'm working through a series of PRs into the Cake.Coveralls. The Cake.Coveralls repository, and I will update that one as well. Hello, Augusto. Maybe you can answer this question then. We were just talking about the issue that you added here. So in terms of the available images, which one have you settled on for your add-ins, so I can get that updated for the Cake.Gitter one, which is where I'm going to start tonight. So if I go into the CS project file, so currently the package icon URL that's being used is this one. So in fact, maybe Nils's, I was just about to say, perhaps Nils's add-in, perhaps Nils's, I don't mean any offense, Nils, but I don't know the right way to express Nils's. It doesn't sound right, and I'm really sorry. But what I'm trying to say is Nils has an extension, not an extension, a NuGet package that is an analyzer for guidelines for Cake-Contrib. So my assumption is that that is actually going to tell us the right answer. So I thought I had that installed, but maybe I don't. So let's check. So Cake.Addin analyzer. So Cake-Contrib guidelines is there. So do I need a specific version? So what's the latest version of this? So if I go up to here and check, I didn't see a dependable ping about it. So let's just check to see what the current latest version is. So 111 is the latest version. So how do I need to uninstall that and reinstall it to get the right icon? Or what do I need to do there? So I'm all set, but I already had the icon. So how do I get it to get me the most recent one? Okay, so in the chat room, I'm seeing the medium icon is the one that we should use. Fine. So delete the file. We can do that. So if I delete this file, hey Kim, how's it going? If I delete the icon, and then I'm assuming that in Visual Studio, if I then, I'll then get a prod about getting updated. So does that, does the analyzer also update the CS prod file with the new medium.png as well? So if I pin this and have a look at, that won't be in a recent, so let's go project. Let's do, see, GitHub, organization, Cake-Contrib. And the one that we're in just now is Gitter. We go in here and look at the solution. Then I guess what I'm expecting to see is magic, is what I'm expecting to see. So icon.png disappeared there. It was there and then it disappeared. So it adds the correct icon model. That's magic. So if I do the build then, I'll work on that one. Is that say, need to fix that too. That's fine. Oh, I need to remove that package line as well. Okay, so if I go over to here and do edit project file and the package icon, this one. So you're saying if I remove this one, okay, and then I do let's do a build again. And if we go back to here and have a look at the medium, so is it the medium one with text or the medium one with no text? So it says the build succeeded, but I don't see a new icon. Make sure. The files that have been changed here was me deleting the icon and removing the package icon from the CS proj file. So okay, so you're saying that will be magically added. Okay, so if I remove this too then, and you're saying with text is the one that we're going with, that's fine. Okay, so let's try again. So build succeeded. Do I need to do something? Do I need to close and open the solution? Or at what point? I mean, I'm still, maybe, okay, so this is maybe my assumption is incorrect then. So I was sort of assuming that it would show in the Solution Explorer, but you're saying it will be in the package though. But which point? So if I go and have a wee look at C GitHub, that's the wrong one. Organizations, Cake-Contrib, Cake.Gitter. After packaging, it will be in the nutkeg. So at which point will it add the package icon URL? During that pack as well? Oh, see, this is where the lag. This is where the lag in Twitch is really annoying. So there was no, not any longer, and yes. To which questions? I don't recall always what I say. So maybe wait and see if you reply to that. God. Background. I'm looking at Cake.Coveralls. Failed. Oh dear. Photo 4. That's a lot. So Nils is saying there was an icon placed in the solution in the first version. That's no longer the case. Okay, fine. So the nutkeg that gets generated will just magically have it. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to wait for this build to finish and then see what happens there. So the follow-up question is, at what point will the package icon URL be added? At the point of build as well? i.e., I won't see it as a modified file, modified line in the CS proj file, but it will get added as part of the pack. Is that what we're saying? Maybe that's what you said yes to earlier. Let's just wait and see. Package icon and package icon URL will be automatically set, and after creating the nutkeg, the icon will be there. So it is magic. It is magic then. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at that's the nutkeg. Here's the nutkeg. We'll look in Get Package Explorer. See what happens in here then. And oh, look at that. So that is the add-in icon, I believe. Yes, it is. Okay. So it did that automagically. How did it know it was an add-in? Was there something? Is that based on the tags then, or how did it know that it was an add-in? What magic is happening there? Just for my own sanity. So there is a Cake.Addin tag, so you might be using that, but we'll see. We'll see. So that part is going to happen automatically then. So there's actually nothing for us to do here. We just need to do a build. Oh well, we'll do a commit for removing those things to let the analyzer add it in. So Kim was saying based on the tag specified, but Nils is saying no. So I'm curious. Oh, okay, let me think. So the change here then for this issue is for 71. So this is going to be documentation, and this is going to go out as. Is that the one I just created? Cake.Gitter. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So this is going to go out on this one, and that's 71. So we'll say. We'll say 71. Remove information about icon. This will be automatically populated by the Cake-Contrib dot guideline package when package created. So we don't need this information directly in, can't spell, directly in the CS proj file anymore. Like that. Okay. So that was this one. So essentially that one's going to get finished. So let's push this up. I think everything is an add-in unless it's called .modulo.sp. Yes, like I said, there is an open issue to refine it. Okay, cool. Okay, makes sense. So get push origin. With that done, we can close that one out. And then the other issue was for a test project, and that was for unit tests. So at this point then, I'm going to say that we have done that. So those were builds and that's the documentation. I'm going to say that we're ready to cut a release of that then. So if we do git checkout -b release 1.1.0 from the develop branch, and it was 1.1.0, yes it was. This is where we test to see if I have the right information about GitHub personal access tokens to see if I've got access to create this. If there is, I will go ahead and push this out. What's the chances? Oh, I think it did it. Did it do it with the right user? Oh, it did. Oh, look at that. Even better. Right. So let's do this then. So git switch to the master branch, git merge ff on the release branch, git push upstream, git origin, and let's see what we want to do then. Okay. So like I say, while I was working on this one, I've also been looking at some PRs into Cake.Coveralls, but one of the PRs there has just failed for an unknown reason. So it was attempting to bump coverlet from there to there, but it failed when it came to try and upload the coverage report because of a 404. Now, I'm tempted to say that that was just a I'm tempted to say that this is something to do with Code.Cov rather than anything else. What we'll do is we'll pull that PR locally and we'll build it locally. So that was this one, so that's 65. So if we do git fetch upstream GHPR checkout 65, is that what I said? Yes, it was. We build that locally. just to make sure it succeeds, and then if it does, I'll merge that PR. The aim of tonight so I don't think it's that, Kim. The reason I say that is because 2 other PRs just before the stream went in fine. So it was only in that last one that something happened. So I don't think it's anything to do with the upload tool. I don't think. But if the build succeeds locally, I'm gonna YOLO it into the brand into the YOLO the PR, and we'll move on to the next one. Because there's a few outstanding PRs on the coveralls add-in, and I'm just working my way through them. And then I want to get to the thing that we actually want to do, which is to update the icon as well. And then I've got a list. So I went into NuGet today. I've listed my add-ins in terms of like in number of downloads. So Cake.net tool.module doesn't need to be updated anymore because that's now included as part of Cake. So we don't need to do that one. Coveralls was next. Then it was Cake.Resharper reports, but that's kind of deprecated. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go back and update that one, but I might, because someone at least wanted it to be updated to Cake v1, so I may do that, but I'll work my way down the list and see how far we get. So this one is to update coverlet MS build. So that's just built locally without any issues. So I'm going to say that we can approve that one and merge it in. And then we'll click this button with administrator permissions. Okay, so that was merged. Over here, this is the build that we're looking for it to work on. CodeQL failed. Now, why did that fail? CodeQL failed because 139. Is that because of the warnings? Or because of something else? Not clear on why that failed. Oh, okay. That doesn't bode well. CodeQL fails every second run for nils. That doesn't bode well, does it? It's worked back here. It worked 9 days ago, and then it failed, and then it failed just now. Don't know. The one I'm interested in, obviously, is this release build. If this one works, we can merge the release. See, that's not a good position to be, though, Nils. If you kind of want to rely on it, don't you? But it's, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're on the same page. Part of the point in having this is on there. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, but I've just seen some weird residue on the taskbar. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize the taskbar was semi-transparent. Didn't know that. Huh. Didn't know it did that. Okay, so that worked there. So in theory, if I then go over here and I say release this, then that should kick off another build, and that build should get released. So let's see that go out the door. And if that works, we will do a similar thing on Cake.Coveralls once we get through the PRs that are open. So in terms of the open issues, Cake.Gitter is done. Well, almost. So we'll let that finish off, and hopefully what we should see, where would I see that? Let's go over here. Look at Cake-Contrib. I don't think I got that right. I don't think it's got a hyphen in it. Go. Nils is saying, I started looking at looksgoodtome.com, which should do about the same, but it's not as integrated. I think I've looked at that one before. So what Nils is talking about is this one. Unparalleled security analysis, automated code reviews, free for open source. Yes, I've looked at this one before. Don't think I ever set it up anywhere. So I can't speak to. So what's this? So no, this is why I looked at them. Yes, they were joining GitHub. Yes. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm not played with it, so I can't speak to what it does and how it does it. It's still saying yes, lint. So we can close that out. But Kim's saying, so he has tried this one out and he got fed up of it because sometimes it wouldn't trigger, so you abandoned it. That's a good reason to abandon it, to be fair. Oh, interesting. That's new on NuGet. Before, this would have taken you to a 404 page. But now it's saying the specified version 110 was not found. You have been taken to 102. That's new. That would have given you a 404 because that's how I kind of tested if it's been pushed or not. It's interesting. Made a change there. If I do that again, get that. And this one does have the right tags. Now it obviously works. Let's go into here and have a look at this one. Dependable. Open this and see what it's getting to on the build. So Ubuntu and Mac have finished, so we're just waiting on. Oh, it's doing it. So it's updating a bunch of stuff. That was it. That was it at the point of doing Git Release Manager, which is to close out the milestone and update the issues associated with the milestone. So in which case, hopefully, we should get a tweet. Yep. So version 110 of the Cake.Gitter add-in has just been released and sent to Gitter as well. Now if I can, oh, look at that. Now it gives you a 404. But that's because it hasn't been indexed. Oh, look at you. So Nils is saying that he switched the Cake.es lint add-in to use Ubuntu as the primary for Cake.recipe, I'm assuming, and he's saying it's much faster. But am I not right in saying, Augusto, that because previously when I went there, 110 took me to 102. I think it always gave a 404, regardless of whether you're logged in or not. Now it is there and it's being indexed, so it's working its way through it. So it's live. Oh, it doesn't have an icon yet. Maybe it'll be processing the icon in the background. So once that's fully finished, we'll get an icon hopefully. Hopefully. Let's have a wee test then. Make sure. There we go. It does. There we go. So it's got the icon in it. Good stuff. So it must just be processing the icon in the background before it'll show it to us. Ah, there we go. Done. Okay, so that's that done. So that was Cake.Gitter. So the next one to work on in parallel would be Cake.Twitter. So there's a bunch of PRs here too. So update NuGet package with the icon, add cake in. So there's a couple of things we need to do in this one, but there's also a bunch of open PRs to work our way through. Well, let's just do it because it's not going to do itself, is it? So a little bit boring for folks watching the stream, but the aim of tonight is to get through some of this housekeeping. Not going to do itself. So let's just do a sanity check on Twitter to see that the last version was indeed version 1. So we'll create a new one, which is 110. And we'll say that this is one of the ones that I've also just merged into Cake.Coveralls. I was happy that this one worked as expected. So let's do this. And merge. Up into the actions, we'll see that and we'll make sure that that succeeds. And then up into here, looking at actions, I bumped the style cop one. So Git version not running on Ubuntu 20.04. Yeah, not surprised, if I'm honest. It's the whole native dependency thing, that the way the Git version does it. I'm not sure if there's much to be done about that. I'm assuming that there's an open issue about it. I need to come back, Kim, and do a release video about Git Release Manager at some point. I've just not had the cycles to even think about doing it. Ubuntu 10 days ago. Docker build. Seems like a duplicate of maybe something different. Yeah, I honestly don't know, folks. I've not spent enough time in, well, I haven't spent any time, to be honest, in the Git version land for a while. Just not enough hours in the day, unfortunately. Why is it skipping a bunch of these? Saying one job completed, but this check was skipped. Interesting. Curious as to what's going on there. This was the one I merged, wasn't it? Going to come back to Cake.Twitter in a second. So style cop analyzers, that one's good to go then. So this one is this one. This one is a build one. Milestone is there. Let's go ahead and merge that one. Oh, okay. So close you a second, and let's go up to get oops. Get which develop, get merge, no FF, police branch, there shouldn't be anything to do, get branch, -D, that one, so we're good to go there. So back up to Cake.Twitter, get fetch upstream, get rebase upstream develop, push origin, and let's do a little local build here and see what's happening. So we're saying that Ubuntu causing problem. Oh, hold on. Is that part of the problem then? It's possible that we've changed some of them to use the non-latest Ubuntu. Well, that one wasn't using. Bet you that's exactly the problem then. So in here, under Ubuntu latest, yeah, we decided we didn't want to do that, didn't we? That's literally what we've just spoken about. Am I right in saying that we wanted that to be something other? So I don't suppose you've got the syntax or the. I know I have it somewhere, but while I'm getting this build ready, I think that was decided, wasn't it? So what do I need to do then? In the docs of Cake, did we document it? That would be awesome if we did. Cake-Contrib. Okay, that's where we didn't want to go. We did document it. We are on point. So if we go to CI systems, GitHub Actions. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Well done, Nils. Well done, that man. You get 20 virtual points for that. That's what you get. Can't cash them in though. It's just 20 virtual points. So in which case, Cake.Coveralls is actually incorrect as well then. So let's maybe just fix them all as we're going through them then. So Cake.Coveralls, it only has one build currently. Let's not mess with it, but let's paste what's in my clipboard and then we'll remove the other ones. And we'll say start commit build into specific OS version. This protects the build from failing if and when new release of OS comes out. Commit directly, sure. However, Windows latest should still not have failed, at least no problems. Yeah, but I think what happened to it doesn't get to it because it didn't start it. So it skipped it. So it's not that it didn't try it, it cancelled it because the Ubuntu one failed. So it didn't actually kick off the other one. Now, I don't know if that's a configuration setting to at least attempt all of them, but at the minute, what I've seen is that the first one fails, the other ones don't start, or they'll cancel them. That is in line with what I've seen before. So if we go up here and look, so the build worked locally. No, it was the first one. So we go in here and look at GitHub and workflows and build YAML. Then in our matrix, which is here, we can put this, and then we'll do this as a build commit as well. Build pin to specific OS version. That way we don't get a nasty surprise when the OS of the build agents change. That and that, sure. And let's push that up. Yeah, push origin days. So where do we get to here? We merge that. That got merged into develop. That's doing that one. So let's kick off a rebase of another one. Let's do depend dot rebase here. Do its thing. This will be a build on the 1.0 milestone. That's doing its thing. This should hopefully start building correctly. Ubuntu one was the one fail first. Let's keep a look at an eye on that one. Perfect. It's getting to the building step, so it's already past where it failed. So that looks promising. So if that works, let's go down to one that we've also done. So I'm going to assign this here, assign this here, say here, well, and let it do its thing. And like that, hopefully. There it goes. Why, hold on, why is there 2 there? That one. What's synchronized by Dependabot? Or is that because I did the, is that because I forced the rebase? Or maybe that's because I forced the rebase and then it skipped it because it was already done. I don't know. Rebase plus force push. Not sure what you mean by that, Kim, because I've not seen that happen before. Maybe I just haven't seen it. Okay. Well, I asked Dependabot nicely to rebase this, but doesn't seem to have done anything. Now, what do you mean there, Kim? The GitHub action bot doesn't support command. You must do it manually. I've been doing what I've just done. I've done on a couple of PRs this evening, and it's worked fine. Oh, is that what I'm doing wrong? Oh, look at that. Okay, sorry. I see exactly what you're saying. My apologies. So git, I could have been here all night looking at that. I really could have. So git fetch upstream, git rebase upstream, develop, git push origin, phpr list, phr checkout 70, git rebase on the develop branch, push, git push -f. I literally, so what Kim's pointing out there is that the person that raised this one was a GitHub action. So we've got a GitHub action that's specifically looking at the Cake Addins, etc., to see if there's new versions of add-ins or modules, etc., being used. And my kind of assumption here was that this PR had been raised by Dependabot. So what I had asked Dependabot nicely to go ahead and rebase this PR, but it can't because it wasn't Dependabot that raised it. It was raised as a result of a GitHub action. That's why I had to force push this. Why is that telling me now that I've merged it? So confused as to what I've just done. Cake.Coveralls. Why was it closed? Why did it close it? Didn't want to close it. I force pushed it. Oh, is it because I've done it manually? Maybe Cake.Recipe is already there and it's no longer needed. But then you should have told me there was a merge conflict. Yeah, look at that. It's already there. So we don't need that PR. Git switch develop git branch -d end bot cake. So it wasn't needed. So that one can come out of there then, because it was already done. And we didn't do it as part of this. That's fine. You only get updates in those cases by the dependable user. So that one, that's a nils question. I think that's a nils question. So let's try that again with this one then. And this one should work. Okay, I'm not changing that. And no. So you've been convinced by Maurice. Maurice has convinced you that renovate is the way forward, has he? But there was however many PRs open, so we need to fix that first, and then we can discuss whether or not. Oh, even better. Look at that. Another one done. So, fine. We are. Let's see if this one just done as well then. Depend bot rebase. I don't know why it didn't have told me that though. Oh, I see. Yes, yeah. You put in a PR, didn't you? Or you put in an issue, and then they straight away added the support. I remember seeing that. Yes, it's a good idea. That was quite impressive on their part. There's a few here that's just going through. And I bought rebase. Check another one. Oh, up. There you go. Reviewed and merged within the day. Depend bought rebase. So that coverlets one worked. Let's get this one merged. Check to see what it actually did. On there. Looks good to me. Approve. Submit. Pick that off. Another action one has been done. Do this one then. Test SDK has been bumped. I should really just copy this on my clipboard. Dependable rebase. I'm going to do that. Copy. This one will probably actually go through. It's unlikely that that one's been done elsewhere. Just wait and see. That should have kicked off. No, not yet. Why not click the merge button? Didn't click the merge button. Confused as to why the action hadn't kicked off. There we go, that's better. Better. And that one is off doing a rebase as well. So there's a couple of things building now. Okay, so we're getting close. We're not really. We're not really at all. We might get to a point where we push out coveralls on Twitter by the end of the night. But then there's a few more other add-ins that still need to be updated. But we'll get there. Is it the color confusion kicking in? What's the color confusion? I don't want to say yes until I know what it is. Oh, maybe I see what you're saying now. Yes, maybe. Maybe, indeed. Although I noticed, who was it that... So at the minute I use GitLab with... or the question really is, does GitLab have a dark mode now? GitLab dark mode. Because I think that might help. Navigation theme, dark mode. 13.1. How does one set that? Preferences? Oh, navigation theme. Oh, look at that. Okay. Dark mode. Save changes. Wait in. See if it updates. Didn't do what I thought it was going to do. And that's where I went. I haven't brought it onto the stream because, well, reasons. I clicked the navigation theme to be dark and the syntax highlighting theme to be dark, but it hasn't actually changed the GitLab UI to be dark. I was sort of expecting the whole UI to go dark. Select dark mode alpha. Oh, okay. That did it. That did it. Okay, so save changes. Oh, that'll take a minute to get used to. Oh, that. Oh, it's a little bit jarring. I think I could get used to it though. Now, that thing I mentioned to you the other day, Kim, regarding the title of the PRs in GitLab not matching the commit, it just happened to me as well on a PR that I created, but I didn't do the switching of the template that you said that you'd done. That's very strange. Very strange. Don't know what's going on there. But I have enabled the dark theme, so that's good. So over here, failed build. Failed build. Not good. That's a code cov failed again. Weird. Okay, I'm okay with code cov failing. So that's the X unit one we just did. That was pull request 56. Pull request 56. That's one we just merged. Get myself lost now. I saw it the other day. I only recently knew about its TV. So certainly not. You're certainly not late to the party. And oh, creepy. I feel I'm getting a little bit lost between all the PRs happening here, but we'll persevere. We'll keep going. Now, did you fail for a valid reason or because of code cov or something similar? That was code cov as well. See? Oh, I think I'm okay with that one going in. So this is a build related PR. And going right on this milestone. So I'm gonna say go. Let's just check again. It's a major version, but the build itself worked. So let's go with that. And merge. It's a little bit more jarring. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about it. It's a bit more jarring than the GitHub dark mode. It's gonna take a minute to get used to, I think, but and I've got base last one here, and this is for X unit, so that's a build related one as well. Going out on the milestone. Happy days. That's an interesting idea, Kim. So what Kim's suggesting is maybe we should update Cake.Recipe to not fail PR builds when code cov is failing. I think that's a valid suggestion. Did you want to raise a PR? Raise an issue for that, so we don't forget about it. That would be good if you could. And if that works, now if this one builds, we should be in a position to do the actual issue, which is this one, which we're going to put out on the 110 milestone. Thank you very much, Kim. I appreciate it. And that would allow us to get Cake.Coveralls out. And then about an hour in, just over an hour in. Next unit here failed again. But then it's code cover related. You know what? I'm going to say that's fine. Go in there. To me. Looks good, me too. Approve and submit. And then merge that. So that this is the end of what, so we should get nicely to do base the default. What I'm going to do what I said, and I'm going to copy that. Do its thing, hopefully. I've been seeing some notifications coming out of WWDC. Anybody else been following along with what's coming out there? Anything interesting? I saw one thing about the new, I guess the name of the next update for Mac OS. But that was about all I've seen so far. I just saw lots of things scrolling through my timeline. Off and running with another one here. This is going to be a code conf failure again, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Definitely doesn't like something tonight. Close this out. Close or open a new one, which will be Cake.Coveralls. Thanks for installing Cake-Contrib guidelines. Currently, your Visual Studio might show the icon being missing with a red X. We actually want to remove this, so we won't do that until we finish the. We won't do that until we finish the PRs. This is going to fail code cov as well. Fine. I'm going to YOLO the PR in. Build, files change. Prove that. Oh, I don't know. Nils, I'll go back and check in a sec. So git caught, git fetch upstream, git. Oh, it might have been because I wouldn't have had the in the develop branch, so I suspect it probably was, yes. I suspect it probably was. So in here, did I not merge that one? I keep doing the approve, but I don't actually do the merge. Let's do that, and then let's do that little dance one more time. No. So the thing that we actually wanted to do as part of this is updating the NuGet icon. So this is issue 72 again. So in here, I go ahead and do the removal of this guy and the removal of that guy. Save that, and then we delete this one. Then we'll watch magic happen when we do a build. We'll make sure that it does it. Just did was here. We look at okay. Okay. Oh, so this one's still an old version. No, this one needs to be updated. Why did I not have an open PR for that then? Very confused as to what's going on there. NuGet.org/packages/Cake-Contrib guidelines 111. Why would that not have been updated? Build succeeded. Try it again. Things aren't just quite gelling tonight. I don't know why. There's a limit? I didn't know that. I guess that makes sense though. Do we know what that limit is? I mean, it would make sense if they did. To really fix these stuff, got warnings at some point as well. That's a job for a different day though. So quarter past. We're going to get at least we're going to get the 2 that we're working on done. 5 for first time usage and 10 after that. Interesting. So build artifacts, packages, NuGet, and this one, sanity check. Oh, that's amazing. Magic mills, it's magic. So 72. So if we look over here, do this, then changes that we've got are all for that. Copy, paste, 72. Commit, and then git push upstream, get origin over here. That should have that associated with it. That means we can close the issue. That means we can look at the milestone, everything's closed. So then if we do a git checkout -b release 110 from the develop branch, that would let us run that with release notes. I'm glad that you had fun writing it. I'm glad. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's obviously still some warnings that I'm not adhering to at the minute, but this pass at housekeeping is more about getting this type of thing updated, kind of the public-facing side of things updated. So missing tags if they're not there, and the icons, and then assuming that I get through all of those, then I could come back and fix up some of the actual other suggestions at some point. So that's that build, and then Cake.Addin analyzer, was that the one I just bumped? Cake.Addin analyzer, it was. So that one was code cov again, I'm guessing. Yes. Back into here and say this one here, good to go. Submit. Interesting. Where did you see that out of interest, Kim? Is that in something I can, is that in somewhere that I can show? That was on Cake.Twitter. And how does one get it updated to 10? Oh, this is a PR from Augusto. Get that one done as well then. Git fetch upstream. Git up. Git push origin. In which case, so I'll defer to that because I'm not on Slack at the minute. I closed all that down so that I could save some CPU cycles. Git PR checkout 62. Git rebase on develop. Look to see what he's done. I won't be able to push that back. So what we've done here is we've added Cake Addin. Perfect. So what I'm going to do there then is I'm going to say Git. Don't think it'll let me. It hasn't even set up the ref. So I'll need to do a git switch to develop, git merge no ff from add cake addin, git push name. Sorry, Augusto, I've just seen your comment there. I'm not even the GH tool. It didn't even set up the remote. The remote that it set up was to the ref's head. It wasn't back to your PR to your branch still. I'm still not sure. I would love to dig into that a little bit more, but maybe that's a off-stream kind of topic. Maybe jump on a call at some point because it would be good to know what's going on to see whether GH can be used with the setup that you're using. But for now, I think I will. Well, I've done it. So what I'll do is I will copy the link address and go back to that PR and say gentle ping. Oh, that's the one that I saw that you pinged me on. Yes. Gusto, thanks for getting this done. Your work has been rebased and merge here, which so that this PR is no longer required. But your work has been correctly attributed. Seriously, attributed. So I'm going to say closing comment. Perfect. So that was related to 61. That was a documentation change. That was there. So that should allow us to close the issue. Perfect. Ooh, hold on. PR limit. This one's a GitHub action bot that we need to do manually, but let's see. Here's how you can change the PR limit. Sneaky peek at that. Let's copy, paste. By default, Dependable opens a maximum of 5 pull requests for version updates. Once there are 5 open pull requests, new requests are blocked until you merge or close some of the open PRs. Fine. This also provides a simple way of temporarily disable version updates for a package manager. Ooh, okay, yep. So if you didn't want to get updates, you could set it to 0, makes sense. This option has no impact on security updates, which have a separate, ooh, okay, good to know as well. So you can change it. Okay, good to know. Good. Yeah, good to know. So where do we get to? That was the overalls. What were we doing? Oh, I didn't do the merge. Get got sidelined. Get checkout master. Get merge. No FF from the release branch. Get push upstream. Get push origin. Because over here we've now got a release that has all of this stuff in it. Right, okay, but now we need to wait. I thought I'd done that. I've lost a little bit of time there, but it's all good. So over here for Twitter, get fetch. Don't need to do an upstream here because we didn't do anything, but GHPR list should now have that one, the GHPR checkout 63. I get rebase on develop, get push dash F. And there it is. Force pushed. Okay, cool. That one's now running. Two more merges / closes of dependable PR should trigger another run, maybe. And I kind of thought that might have happened over here on coveralls, but maybe there are no new open ones, or no new ones to open on coveralls. But who knows? Who knows? Finding out all sorts of new stuff tonight. But yeah. I do feel that jumping between the repositories is not the ideal way of doing this. especially when trying to communicate with the chat room at the same time. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So there was the other thing that we did there. We did into specific OS versions. Remove icon.png and CS. So I've got no objection to you doing that. Is that in well, maybe wait until we finish, because then I'll see them and then I'll want to do another. So hold off until we actually ship the release. But what are you doing in there? Are you going into settings and asking Dependabot to check? Oh, Cake.Coveralls. That's one that I'm just awaiting release. So the one to do with maybe Cake.Gitter. Because I'm not looking at that one anymore. Not just now, anyway. Cake.Bibs. Don't think we've got one of those yet. Insights dependency graph. I thought that's where we were going. Dependency graph. And then check for updates. Got it. See it now. Something went down the wrong way there. Excuse me. You're lying to me. So that merge happened there, or that build happened there. I think I'm good. I think I'm over it. Maybe. Oh, Maurice, did you see all the? Oh, do you have Jan on Facebook? He did a whole picture series of all the things that he's been printing with his 3D printer. Some pretty cool little things he's been busy making. He's been busy. Check out, git switch. I'll get there. Switch develop. Git merge. No FF. Release. That should be a no op. Git branch -d. Release. Git branch. Coveralls. Git branch -d. Dependabot. -d. Dependabot. Leaving me just the master. Beautiful. Don't think I did that with the Cake.Gitter repository, so let's just check that we're all there. That's good. Okay, so if this one works, we should get another new tweet that says everything got published, and that would be coveralls finished. So then we've still got 7 PRs to work our way through on Twitter. There. Yes, we should get a message, yes, as well. And so NuGet.org/packages / Cake.Cover all slash 1.1. See, I don't think it used to do that. I really don't. I don't know why I think that, but I do. Okay, so that worked. So in here, should be able to do. So there's a bump up there. This looks good to me. And this was a build related star that we'll assign to. That's what I'm saying. So we haven't pushed it yet, and I go here and it says you're not the right version. But once we push it and during indexing, it's a 404. That doesn't make any sense to me. Glad someone's on the same page. Thought it was just me for a second there. Depend.bot rebase. I did have it on my clipboard, but I lost it, so I put it back in. Just me. Oh, look at that. So a few of them that was already done then, so that's good. So hopefully that'll run through all of these in the same way then. So if we do this comment. Oh, what you've been printing, Maurice. Oh, you see, you're doing that to me deliberately. I've just put something on my clipboard. Oh, look at those. So what did the screw bits come? What did the drill bits come in before you put it in the box? Were the what did this? What box did these come in? Were they just in a bag before you printed the box for it? Oh, makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Paste comment. Oh, I've just seen Gitter go out. So now if we go back to here and we say 110, now it's a 404. I don't understand. Because before it was redirecting me to the previous one. But now it exists, but it doesn't exist because it's not indexed. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think that makes sense. Comment. So I've got a tick. I'm going to put a tick on my back paper that says I've done Cake.Coveralls. It is pull requests. This one. And I've just got a new Get Gallery message to say that it's there. So now when you go to it, it'll tell you it's there, but it's not indexed. Strange one. This one is a build related dependency. I like it though, Maurice. You've got one missing. Oh, I've zoomed in too far. Where's this one? You've lost it. As long as you know what it is. Good stuff. I think we might just get there. We've got 2 more PRs to get merged in, and we will ship a release at that point, and then I'm done for the evening. So there may be a couple of follow-up streams of a Monday evening, working my way through this list, and getting to a point where all these are up to date. It will be a good psychic weight off the old shoulders. Good to. So maybe let's go into here. Let's do it here. Let's actually do it what we said we're going to do. So if we were to do Cake.Cover release, then oh, it just said last check 2 minutes ago, and I don't see any new open PRs. Okay, cool. So Cake.Coveralls is up to date, and then let's look in here. Check what up. Oh, you did. Well done. Let's do this one as well. Copy, paste. So Maurice has found his missing drill bit. Love it. Merge there. Okay, cool. So Gitter's up to date. Coveralls is up to date. There's no new PRs coming through for either of those. So that's good. It's probably a good idea, buddies. Yes, I agree. So what's the usual question at some point? How are the vaccination progressing? Are we all in the queue? Have we been jabbed with a needle? Oh yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're finishing these 2 PRs and then we're finishing for the night. It's requested. Beautiful. Glad to hear it. Still no idea, Kim. Is that the same for you, Nils? Augusto? What about you? I'm not sure. Don't recall if I've heard from Augusto on this topic. Got appointments. Oh, beautiful. Good stuff. So Nils is in the queue. Oh, you did. Beautiful. So we're getting there. Just Kim that doesn't know. See, I don't know about I don't know about you folks, but that would have felt a long way away, August. But we're in June already. Yeah, this year's gone past crazy quick. 13 days, T-minus 13 days, T-minus 3 weeks, and Kim doesn't know. I'm sorry, Kim. Fingers crossed it'll be soon though. Fingers crossed. That could be part of it. Oh dear, that doesn't sound good. Kim's been thinking August since January. Yeah, our eldest is just away going to our school holidays soon. And it's like she'll be in the next primary after that. It's crazy, crazy. So we're done that one. On the merge. The last one, hopefully, is going to be. We need this one to do the icon update, which is kind of the whole point in what we're doing. So depend bot base. One more, please. I'll pick it up and it'll do it. That will then allow us to look at the issues, and that's this one. We'll update this to say that we're doing it here. And then once this gets merged, we'll be able to delete the if the icon's already in the project, we'll be able to delete it and bump the CS proj, and we should be good to go. Augusto is inviting Kim over to the Bermuda for a visit to get the jab. I hear there's vaccination trips to Moscow. That's not a thing, Nils. That can't be a thing. Never been to Moscow, but surely they can't be inviting people over for vaccination trips. Of Russian 5G. Oh dear. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I've recently, last 6 months or so, I've started watching a guy called Simon Dan on YouTube, and he does a lot of debunking of flat Earth conspiracy theorists. But he also he ventures into other conspiracy theories as well, and the whole 5G thing is one of them. It's fascinating to listen to what folks believe to be true, even though there's demonstrable evidence to the contrary. It's a fascinating world. But yeah, if you haven't watched it, or watched him rather, Simon Dan on YouTube it's quite funny. So last one, 14 minutes to go. We're going to get there, I think. We're going to get there. It's like watching paint dry just now. So there's a couple of experiments that they did. One was using a gyroscope, which they bought a very expensive gyroscope with the intent to prove that there wasn't any drift on the gyroscope. What they ended up proving was that there was a 15 degree per hour drift, which essentially proved that the Earth was rotating. And the other one was they did an experiment where they had kind of two walls a distance apart, and then there was a hole in the wall. The idea being that they would put a light up to the wall, and then the light would show through, and then you would be able to see it only through the hole in the other wall because it was flat. But they were only able to get it to work by lifting the torch above the hole in the wall. So yeah, they've debunked themselves a number of times. But it's fascinating to hear them talk about it, and to attempt to. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to be able to they want to have observable things that they can prove themselves. But when someone shows them evidence that's contrary to that belief, they just won't listen. Yes, exactly. It was the gyroscope cost about 20 grand to buy. Someone within the community. I think that particular one was part of the whole flat Earth documentary that was on Netflix. I think it was on there that it happened, and it was Bob. Bob somebody was the kind of person who talked through it. But yeah, it's Simon Dan. Go and watch him on YouTube. It's very funny. Very funny. I haven't seen the whole documentary myself either. I've only seen snippets of it. Kind of want to go and watch it, but I've never had a chance to go through it because we have Netflix now. We only recently got Netflix, but I haven't been and watched it yet. We did watch the whole Tiger King. We sat and watched that. That was quite interesting as well. Don't know if you've seen that one. Definitely worth a watch if you've not seen the Tiger King. So close. Come on. Come on. Oh, don't this yet. Do this while we're waiting. So this is a build related one associated with the milestone. And so now Code Cup's working again. Or maybe. Just a Mac build this way. We did. I'm going to YOLO this one because it's 2 out of 3 is built. Okay. We're done. So merge that. Confirm merge. That was that. Pull request done there. So we come over to here, and this is Twitter. So we'll do git switch develop. We'll do a git fetch upstream. Rebase upstream develop. Git push origin. Then if we go in here, we go file, open project solution, up here and down to Twitter, source here. We did update it properly this time, didn't we? Yeah, we did. But maybe not. Project file 111. So we remove the package icon and this one. We go here and we delete that one. That should allow us to do a build. And it should all succeed, hopefully. Into here and do a build.ps1. And we'll check the output of that, make sure that it's all building correctly. And then the actual issue that we opened, I think it's there, do it here as well. I am trying to keep him busy, Maurice. Plenty to do. Plenty to do. He's been busy digging into the chocolatey code base recently. After the Qt's Controversy. I have no idea what that means. So out of the loop. Don't know what that means. Not sure if I want to or need to. That's running the pack. So if we go in here and we look at the artifacts, packages, yeah, and this one, then hopefully there, beautiful, check, absolutely. So get EX and then go on 65 here, say that this one, this is 5, commit. So we get push upstream, let that run its course. Push origin, and this milestone is 110 as well. So get checkout minus B release 1.0 from the develop branch. Build target equals release notes. Good. Happy that you told me that, Kim, because so out of touch. I think I'm getting old. It switch to the master branch, get merge, no FF on the release, get push upstream, get origin. So oh, I want it. What I mean. I did. Oh, it must have closed it by itself. Must have already closed it. Am I reading that wrong? That was the problem. It didn't. It did. Ignore it. So we'll cheat this a little bit and update the release. I'm confused there. Paste. Copy link address to here. Here. I think I may have just been able to rerun the release notes, but I feel better having done this now. 8. Save. I'm only as old as I feel, yeah. Some days I feel really old. I appreciate the sentiment, but I do. Oh, what? That fail. Code cov again. Really? That's annoying. Hesitant to push the release button now because it failed. Is Code Cov considered one of the publishing? Can't remember, but I'm gonna wing it. I'm gonna YOLO it I think. So if we were to go here and go to the releases, one. Didn't I just update that with 65? What happened there? $65, $65. What did I do? Did something wrong there? Copy. Release it. That took that time. No idea. 8. Releases. There. Right. Edit. Publish. Let's see what happens. And then over here, we would do a git switch develop git merge off release branch. That's a no op. Git branch might be, and then git branch minus d. No, git branch add git minus and the bot. Sanity check. Go. Okay. if Gary would die every time a YOLO went south, he would have more lives than a cat. I think that's a fair statement. Happy with that. Take that. Did you add that issue, Kim? Regarding Code.Cov? No. I'm going to assume that you're still thinking about it. Perfect. So we're 1 minute over, but hopefully we get another release out the door. Is that like Newton's fifth law, Nils? That's the other thing about the conspiracy theorists. They don't believe in gravity. They don't believe gravity is a thing. It's fascinating, I tell you. It's fascinating what they believe. Doing some stuff at work. I'll have to review them tomorrow. Film Bulletproof Monk, I think. What? Still getting that 404. Ah! But the Windows build never ran. Okay, I'm gonna close out because I'm done. I'm gonna end there for tonight. I need to go back and probably manually release Cake.Twitter, but I'll do that tomorrow. As a recap for tonight, what we've done is we have done some housekeeping tasks on 3 of my Cake Addins, Cake.Coveralls, Cake.Gitter, and Cake.Twitter. The idea is to basically get them all to a point where they're releasable. Augusto's gone through a number of add-ins and made suggestions about the tags that should be used and the icons that should be used. So I'm trying to get to a point where everything's updated and adhering to those suggestions. Still some more work to do there because a lot of the time tonight was just kind of going through dependable PRs and getting those updated and merged in. So solid work done tonight. Other things to do going forward. Kim saying, yeah, but I'm also looking at the Code.Cov website where there is something odd as well. I wonder if erasing the project and trying to rerun it will work. I'm a step away. If you wanted to do that, I'd be happy for you to delete the tag and rerun the PR, rerun the release. But for now, I need to step off. But if you don't, I will tackle that tomorrow. I'll let you know how I get on. But for just now, that's me done. So appreciate you all hanging out tonight. It's a pleasure as always. Hope you all stay safe, and I will hopefully see you all next week. Talk to you later. Bye bye.